fake results, a forged 𝐾𝐢𝐬𝐬 certificate. Clearly nothing's been tested here whatsoever. Look at this. How can you rewire a house and forget to earth it? This is the loop supply, which means the charge is going to fall all the way up here. This is a classic example of a builder putting in a supply for an EV charger. Builders don't know everything and they miss things out. I don't have a Cat5 or a Cat6 cable here, which is what I need to install my CT clamp around the meter tails, which are, guess where? In the middle of the house underneath the stairs. But there is a solution, and I'm going to show you how to get around this today. There are two chargers out there that offer a wireless CT option that I know of anyway. One is My Energy, woefully unreliable, and I have a video coming out soon of one that's caused me nothing but problems, and I'm having to try and find a way of hardwiring the CT now. Massive issues for me. And the second is the Simpson & Partners, which has proven to be 100% reliable so far. I'll show you how this all works and how to set it up in a minute. These D-line clips here, these are the 17 to the 21mm clips, which are great for EV Ultra, but because they have 3 slots there, they also fit nice and snug around a 6mm SWA. This is under the stairs where the meter is, in the middle of the house, and we have a board there which feeds a consumer unit, which is up there. But before that, I need to identify what conductors do what. And if we look at the consumer unit, it looks like we've got the black as the neutral, which for me is unusual because I normally deneutralise the neutral and use the grey as the neutral. But that's why we must always double check these things, because we all seem to do things slightly different. It's not been standardised, those colours. Clearly nothing's been tested here whatsoever. Look at this. How can you rewire a house and forget to earth it? Which I'm really surprised at, because the consumer unit looks dead nice. This is a classic example of where you need to check everything. Now that I've rectified that issue, it's time for me to do some testing of my installation. If you're wondering why I haven't picked this up prior to carrying out this installation, it's because a remote survey was carried out and I simply couldn't see this in the pictures. And finished putting the charger back together, and now I'm going to run you through the whole wireless energy manager. Before I can install this wireless energy manager, I need to pair it up with the charger first of all, and I've already pre-wired it. 2 cables here. The first one is the CT, which goes in the CT terminals, and the second one, this little white cable, it's an antenna cable, and that goes into terminal S. It has an on-off button at the back. Turn it on. It has to be within a couple of meters of the charger, so just leave it there and open up the Simpson & Partners app and go into the installer settings. I'll screen record this and put this here so you can see what I'm doing. What you'll see is available charge points, which is this one. If you go into menu, you will see an option saying installation menu. Select that. Put in your installer pin. You'll see the available charge point that you're trying to work on, and a lot of options. What you'll see is smart home devices. We're going to set that up. And then you have the choice of wireless energy manager, and hopefully that's going to pop up. Add the wireless energy manager. It says press the pair button. Oh, some clients just simply don't want to pay, despite you doing a great job. And I have one of those clients at the minute, completely blanked me, ignoring all my invoices, text messages, phone calls, everything. He's just ghosted me, vanished off the face of the earth. But what he doesn't know is that I know that he's received my invoices. I know he's received my emails. But how do I know this and he doesn't know it? Tell me, Adam, how do you know? Well, inside Traderfire you have something called an events log, and what that allows me to do is track exactly where all my emails and invoices have gone to, when they've got there and when they've been opened. I can now use this as evidence as I pass this debt on to my debt collectors to recover the outstanding amount of monies owed to me. This is a very useful tool and something that you may not even be aware of that is available on Traderfire. Everything you do is tracked, and it gives you the upper hand in every situation. So without a doubt, if you're not already, give it a go. Use my promo code SOTA30 for 30% off the first 3 months, and before you even do that, you can have a 2-week free trial. Give it a go. I recommend it. 5 years using it. I love it. You should love it. Trust me. Straight away it pops up, say add, and then you have the options to reverse polarity if you need to. It says status, no signal, and signal strength, and no current reading at the minute. I need to now install this in that understairs cupboard. The wireless energy manager comes with this little mounting bracket, so just fix that somewhere close to the meter tails. It simply twists on, and then all you have to do is clip on your CT. So as you can see on the app here, status is connected, signal strength's good, and current L1 is reading 1 amps, so I know everything's working. If there's a negative figure there, you need to reverse the polarity on the CT on there. After seeing what I've seen, I asked to see the customer's electrical certificate from the recent WIRA, and boy was I surprised. Fake results, a forged 𝐾𝐢𝐬𝐿 certificate. What else could possibly go wrong? I looked at the EIC that the customer has for this wiring, and there's no company name on it, there's no name on it, there's no address of the company. The whole thing's basically been forged. All of the installer's details have been taken away, and I can see why. This install is shocking. Tomorrow I'm installing an EV charger on a loop supply. Keep watching. This is the looped supply. So the cable comes in from the street and then back out from my customer's cutout into the neighbours. I've got 2 jobs to do today. 1, replace this consumer unit, and 2 is another Simpson & Partners charger. Obstacle number 1 though is getting a cable from the middle of the house to the outside once again, but luckily I have floorboards here so I can go underneath the cavity to route my cable. The DNO in my area are overwhelmed at the minute, and I put an application in to install an EV charger here, and obviously it's on a loop supply. So what I have permission for to do here today is install my EV charger but limit it to 32 amps, which I'll do with the CT clamp. And then when they have time, they will come round and unloop this, if they decide it's required or not. Things seem to be changing a little bit. Now, this is where the charger's going. Terraced house, no external walls, but we have a suspended floor. So I'm going to drill down here in this corner and then rod my cable through up into the understairs cupboard. Yes, I'm replacing a consumer unit today. I've already been here prior and done an EICR, and that's where I discovered the loop supply. Here they have decided to go for a new consumer unit rather than a secondary for the EV charger. Personal preference. This is the Proteus mounting plate that I'm using today. So all of my cables can then come in the back nicely, and I have all of this space to keep the slack so I'm not cutting the cables too short. It makes it far easier to dress as well. So if you've got a consumer unit where you've got surface cables, rather than trying to cram them all in the bottom and it's a nightmare, get one of these mounting plates. It makes all the difference. When I have these remote surveys come through to me, I look at them and I advise my clients whether I reckon they need an EICR or not, and it's completely up to them whether they have it or not. I also always offer a replacement consumer unit. Again, personal preference, a secondary board is absolutely fine. Today's charger is another Simpson & Partners. This is the neutral with the copper lid. I think this is possibly one of the nicest colours of the ones that I've installed so far. Simpson & Partners have clearly upgraded their units. This is, I had a leaflet and it said this is version 3. I'll show you a couple of the differences. So now we have the lever connections rather than the screw terminals. And also these are the CT connections. So I've brought my cable up through up the back there, and that will connect up into there, and then I can lose the slack down there. It is starting to thunder, and you know what comes with thunder? Rain. And then in the app, like I showed you yesterday, I can change the load curtailment settings. So I'm going to change this down to 32 amps while the supply is looped, which is what I've agreed with the DNO. So that is this one all done and tested and handed over to the client. I have limited this to 32 amps, like I said before, but this job out of the 3 that I'm doing this week isn't my big concern. It's tomorrow. So stick around to see what happens there. So it's turned out it's not too bad. Coming through the wall, we've got a twin and earth and a Cat 5. The Cat 5 though goes to the consumer unit rather than meter box. It's a bit of a pain. But my main issue is with the cable entry on the charger. We've got one 25mm cable entry, so I'm unsure whether to put the Cat 5 through with that or drill a separate hole next to it. I'll make that decision in a bit. And usually as well, this is super high, which means the charger is going to fall all the way up here. But I suppose that doesn't really matter because the holster can still go down here. Either way, it is what it is. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and then we'll crack on.
So you kitted out, mate, you know?
Yeah, I've got a big battery in here so I can do all my... Yeah, it's really nice lads here. Massive house renovation, huge. I'm going to put them through the same stuffing gland and see what sort of seal I get on it, because I'm limited on what I can really do here. I honestly can't see any moisture coming through that at all. Right, I'm going to get your opinion on this. I'll show you the seal around the cable, see what you think. I don't know. I might have to leave this out because there's music in the background. I don't want to get a copyright strike. And I'm not asking this lad to turn the music off because this is where they work. Would you accept that? I think I would, because there's a massive shelter above it as well. I think it's unlikely that any moisture is going to get inside there. And there's a load of silicone in there, like loads. This is where the consumer unit is. And what we have, super tight with the CT, but I don't have any other option. I would like the CT at the meter box, but he is not having a cable clipped on the outside of the house, especially since this is all being rewired. I did explain about all the cables that I needed months ago when this was all happening, but it hasn't happened. So you just got to get on with it sometimes. So that's the CT in there. Not a lot of room for that. Hopefully I'll get the cover on and then I've just tucked them away in that. I've given plenty of instructions of what I wanted, what cables I wanted from point A to point B, and this is just what I've ended up with. So it's not perfect, it's not exactly how I'd want it, but at the end of the day, it's still going to work, it's still going to be safe, it will be okay. Now I'm going to get the testing done. You know what, mate? This is the moment of truth. Can we get it connected to the internet? Right. Signal strength is moderate, which is normally okay. Failed to connect, reasons too long. Oh, hold on.
You think?
Go. Connected.
Is that a little jiggle?
Little jiggle jiggle.
That's it, yeah.
What's that?
I've got to pass the cables out, yeah?
That's right, it's out. Right, that's all the testing done. Everything's tested fine. Going to get this cleaned up, set up the customer on the app, get their car in, get it on charge, make sure they're happy, then I'm off. Last thing to do, clean up the charger. So why am I driving 2 hours to do a simple job like that? Is it because the original electrician couldn't do it? No, it's just because they wanted me to do it. And I'm very grateful for that. So if you want a charger installed, anywhere in the country basically. I'll put a link in the description below where you can submit an application. And I just want to give 2 shout outs to 2 very generous people who have bought me coffees. Really appreciate all the support you're giving me on this channel. So we have H. Your videos helped me clear up a few things about my first EV installation, so here's a brew, mate. Cheers. H, thank you so much, really appreciate that. And Donald McAllister, once again, thank you so much. You, sir, are a legend. Hi Adam, just want to say thanks again for all the help and advice you've passed on. I find your videos very helpful and really enjoy them. Cheers, D. Donald, thank you so much. You're an absolute star, mate. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel. See you next week.